guys, welcome back to another charity shop book haul. My name is Daniela and I'm going to show you all of the books that I picked up recently from the charity shop. I had a super good time in one of the shops that I went into, and I picked up so many good fantasy books as well as some favourites. So I'm going to jump straight in and show you what I got. First up, we're kicking it off with another Patrick Harris book. This one is called Release. I absolutely love this cover. I don't know what it is, I really like it. Absolutely drawn to it. This one cost me £1.99. The synopsis says it's Saturday, it's summer, and although he hasn't known it yet, everything in Adam Thorne's life is going to fall apart. But maybe, just maybe, he'll find freedom in the release. Time is running out though, because way across town a ghost has risen from the lake. Searching, yearning, she leaves a trail of destruction in her wake. All his synopsis just sounds so good. I really need to get around to some of these books. Next up, I picked up Cinder by Marissa Meyer. This is the first book in the Lunar Chronicles series. I have seen other books in this series before and didn't pick them up, and I now regret it. I don't know why I don't just pick stuff up. I always regret not picking stuff up. I've never regretted picking a book up. So this is a different take on Cinderella with cyborgs. I've heard good things, so I'm going to give it a try. This one cost me £2.49. Next up, I picked up a bunch of books from, I think it's the Black Dagger Brotherhood series by J.R. Ward. So I picked up Lover Eternal, Lover Revealed, Lover at Last, The King, and Lover Avenged. These all varied in price, which was really weird. £1.95, £2.50, £2.75, £1.95, and £1.95. I don't really understand how they've priced them. Like, one of the most expensive ones is ripped. I don't really get that. So it cost me about £10 for 5 of them. That's how it worked out, and I'm quite happy with that. Next up, I managed to find the rest of the Raven Cycle series that I was missing. So I already had the Raven Boys, and then I have found Blue Lily Blue, The Dream Thieves, and The Raven King. So I now have all 4 of them, and I can read them. These all cost me £1.99 each, and I'm super happy. I found a couple of Frederick Backman books, which I'm super happy about. I found a hardback of Britt Marie Was Here. I have this on Kindle, but I couldn't resist a hardback copy of this. So this one cost me £2.49. Super chuffed with that. And then I also found Anxious People by Frederick Backman. So I already have the hardcover copy, which I bought for this. But I love this cover, and it doesn't have the annoying Netflix sticker on it. So I couldn't resist that. This one was pricey because they know it's a good book. So this one cost £3.99. But it was so worth it. I couldn't resist this. So now I have this in hardback, and I have the paperback copy with the other cover that I really like. So favorite book, so happy. I also managed to find The Scandal by Frederick Backman in hardcover. So this is actually Beartown, but it was released in the UK originally as The Scandal for some reason. So the UK edition is called The Scandal, but it's Beartown. I have pre-ordered the final book in this series, which is called The Winners, and I'm so excited to get it. So I have been on the lookout for the hardbacks, so when I saw this I was like, yes! I would still like, I think, the copy that's actually called Beartown, but I'm just happy to have a hardback copy of this, and it was £2.49. I found The Wicked King in hardback in very good condition, I must say. This was £2.99. I read The Cruel Prince. I can't remember what I rated it. It was okay. I wasn't anything special, but I've heard they get better, so I picked up The Wicked King. I also found The Queen of Nothing in hardback as well. These are £2.99 each. And then I also found A Reaper at the Gates by Saba Tahir. I'm not sure if this was the last one I needed or if I'm still looking for some of these. I paid £2.99 for this. Next up, I found Blackbirds by Chuck Wendigo. I bought the second one in this series previously, and I didn't realise it was part of the series. So I now have the first one, which means I can read book 1 and 2. I still need to find the third book if I do like the series. But super happy to find this, and this one cost me £2.99. Next up, we have some classics. We found Slaughterhouse 5 by Kurt Vonnegut. This says it's a story about innocence faced with the apocalypse. This one costs £1.99. We also found Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. Andy has already read this, but he wanted a physical copy because he really enjoyed it. So I probably will try this. I'm thinking of filming a vlog where I just read classics. If that's something you would like to see, please let me know in the comments. This one costs £3.99. And then I also found, I deliberately looked for this and picked this up because someone commented on one of my videos and recommended it. And it is Under the Greenwood Tree by Thomas Hardy. This one cost me £1.99. Next up, I picked up Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reid. This says, when Amira is apprehended at a supermarket for kidnapping the white child she's actually babysitting, her employer Alex resolves to make things right. So begins a crash course that will upend everything they think they know about themselves, each other, and the messy dynamics of privilege. This one costs £2.99. I also picked up a couple of Stephen King books. The first one is Duma Key. I hadn't heard of this one. It says, when Edgar Fremantle moves to the remote island of Duma Key to escape his past, he doesn't expect to find much there. But Duma has been waiting for him. The shells beneath his house are whispering to him, and something in the view from his window urges him to discover a talent he never knew he had. Edgar Fremantle begins to paint, and as he paints, the island's secrets begin to stir. Secrets of children lost in the undertow, of a ghost ship riding the distant horizon, and a family's buried past reaching long hands into the present. Sounded interesting and creepy. This one was £2.99. I also picked up Needful Things by Stephen King. There was 2 copies of this. This one says now a major motion picture, which is slightly annoying, but I just liked the cover of this with like the green Stephen King and the weird face in a bag. This one sounds really interesting. This could be my first Stephen King that I read because I just really like the sound of this. So this one is about a new shop that opens in town, and it's run by a stranger. And whoever goes into the shop always finds what they need for exactly the right amount of money that they have to pay for it. It says there's something for everyone, something you really had to have, and always at a price that you could just about afford. The cash price, that is. Because there's another price. There always is when your heart's most secret true desire is for sale. How creepy does that sound? I like it. This one cost me £2.99. Finally, I feel like I bought this one because I liked the cover, but I found a hardback of Revival by Stephen King. Another one that I haven't heard of. This one cost £3.49, and it says, a spectacularly dark and electrifying novel about addiction, religion, music, and what might exist on the other side of life. This seems to be set in a small town. I feel like a lot of Stephen King's books are like that. It says this rich and disturbing novel spans 5 decades on its way to the most terrifying conclusion Stephen King has ever written. That's everything that I bought in charity shops and used bookshops. I'm just gonna throw a few books onto the end of this that I bought new. These were in the Orbit sale, so they were half price, and we picked up the first one in a charity shop, and I just feel like these are going to be really difficult to find because they're fantasy and I don't think they're talked about that much. They also didn't cost much more than I would have paid in a second-hand shop. I picked up the rest of the Books of Babel series. So we have The Fall of Babel, The Hog King, and Arm of the Sphinx. I heard really good things about these. It's a fantasy series. I think it's all kind of set in the one building, but basically I think the first book is about this guy and his wife. They go to the Tower of Babel and his wife goes missing, and so he starts ascending this tower floor by floor trying to find his wife, and he comes up against various obstacles on each floor. That is what the first book is about. Don't know if the whole series is like that, but we can now read them all at our leisure. I have a lot of books to put away now. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, as always, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I will see you next time. It's spectacularly dark and electric.